People of Holland, I'm your mayor, Nathan Box. By now, you've likely heard about some of the transformational projects we've been working on at the City of Holland. There is so much good news to share. Today, I want to talk to you about the prospect of high-speed fiber broadband internet, brought to you by your Holland Board of Public Works. The same people that brought you snowmelt and reduced your electric rates by 10% last summer, when almost everyone else was raising prices. Holland has a history of making visionary decisions for the future of our community. We started producing our own electricity here in 1893, just 14 years after the invention of the light bulb. For over 125 years, we've had a community-owned electric utility and set our own rates. It's reliable, affordable, efficient, and essential, thanks to visionary leadership 130 years ago. In the mid-1980s, Holland decided to heat our downtown streets and sidewalks. That visionary decision 35 years ago has helped us create and maintain a world-class downtown. It was a novel idea then, and it's the envy of other communities to this day. We all know that high-quality, reliable internet service is now a necessity. More and more, we're working from home, learning from home, connecting to our friends and relatives online, and receiving entertainment and information from the internet. For almost all of you, your internet service is brought to you by a single provider over copper wires. It's an aging system without much choice or competition. A single stagecoach traveling aging gravel roads. Right now, each internet provider strings their own wires. Each builds its own roads. It's an incredibly expensive and inefficient system. UPS and FedEx don't each build their own private roads. As a community, we build public roads and make them available to every delivery service. That's what we're proposing for internet in Holland. We will build the roads, not old copper gravel roads, but new, paved, high-speed fiber optic roads, a system that is well-maintained and 10 times faster. Not private roads, public roads, and will make them available to everyone. It provides choice and creates competition. And competition means better service and lower prices for you. And that means new opportunities for success. Just like our idea of creating our own electric utility 130 years ago, or our snowmelt system 35 years ago. High-speed fiber broadband is not new in Holland. In fact, your Holland Board of Public Works has been providing high-speed fiber internet service in the City of Holland for 30 years. This proposal would make it available to every address in the city. But what would it cost? Let me break that down for you. There are three components to the cost. First, the cost of building the roads. Roads only work well if everyone has access. If there isn't a good road going by your house, what good is it doing you? Under this proposal, fiber optic cable would go past every address in the city, and it would be paid for by a 1.5 mil millage that you would have to vote to approve. But what does that mean for you? The initial community investment in the system would cost about $6.25 per month for every $100,000 of property value paid over 20 years. Every property owner would contribute the same way we pay for roads. For every $100,000 in property value, it'd be $6.25 per month for 20 years. If your home is worth $200,000, you'd pay an additional $12.50 per month on your tax bill. If the millage passes, if you vote to approve it, every property owner would pay this. Second, there'll be a cost to connect to the system, but you would only pay this if you choose to connect. It's kind of like building your driveway. If you want your home or business connected to the system, it'll cost about $7 per month for most homes, paid over 10 years. And you could pay this all over time or all up front if you like. Third, once connected, the cost of operating and maintaining the system will be about $35 per month for those who choose to connect. This will cover services, operations, and maintenance of the system. For the average home in Holland, the total cost per month for gigabit speed internet up and down would be $55 to $60 per month. That's the total cost, all in. My guess is that's less than you're paying now. I know it would be for me. And of course, if you want Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, or other services, that's up to you. We're going to be building the roads. What you choose to have delivered to your house and by whom is completely up to you. In just the few days since we announced the proposal, there have been a lot of questions, and I'll do my best to answer the most common ones here. But for even more detail, go to the Holland Board of Public Works website. They've got much more information available there. First, nothing has been decided yet. We're still at the proposal stage. City Council still needs to decide if we're going to move forward, and even then, building the system would require a millage vote. You, the people of Holland, will ultimately decide if you want this system. Second, all of the numbers are preliminary. We're doing our best to give you the most accurate figures we can, and we're rounding up. We're estimating on the high end, and it's possible that the end cost could be even lower. We'll know more before any possible millage vote. Third, this is only for residents of the City of Holland. If you live in one of the surrounding townships, talk to your elected officials. We love regional partnerships. Fourth, what about rentals? The millage cost, $6.25 per $100,000 of property value, and the cost of connecting your building to the street, your driveway, would likely be paid by the property owner and passed on to you as part of your rent. The $35 per month service cost would likely be paid by you as the tenant. Fifth, if you're a lower income household, there are tax credits available that could offset the cost of your service under this system. Right now, there's a $30 per month subsidy available that would apply and could lower our $35 a month proposed operating cost to just $5 per month. Sixth, yes, the Board of Public Works already provides residential internet service to the downtown area. And yes, that service is about $85 per month. My 92-year-old mother lives downtown. She has it. That's what she pays, and she loves it. So if it's $85 per month downtown, how could it be less in the rest of the city? The simplest answer, economy of scale. The more people that are connected, the less it costs for all. This is an exciting visionary proposal for the city, and I'm proud to see it moving forward. There are still details to be worked out and decisions to be made by both your city council and by you, the people of Holland, and we'll keep you fully informed along the way. Holland has a history of visionary plans and dreams, and we've always been willing to make the community investment and do the hard work necessary to bring them to fruition. Because this is Holland, one Holland. And with community-owned, reliable, affordable, efficient, and essential high-speed fiber broadband internet available to every resident, our future is bright.